Hey guys, welcome to the 2017 MCAT preparation merit or excellence question. This is question 26 in the series. So today's question, we're going to be looking at this particular one. As usual, what I would recommend you guys is to pause this video in a few seconds, try the question by yourself, see how far you can get with the answer, and then unpause the video to actually see what my answer is. Alright, so I'm assuming you've had a chance to actually have a go at this question. So a couple of things to notice is, first off, we're dealing with obviously an equation of a parabola, and this particular parabola has a coefficient of 3. So, and we also know it's positive 3, so the parabola is going to look something like this. That's something that we can get from 3x squared. Now the question's asking for what values of x will y be less than 1. Alright, now I've got no idea where the y-axis is in terms of this parabola, but I get a feeling that I do know the x-axis there's three situations that could happen. But what I'm going to do though is I'm going to just look at the question first. So basically what we're looking for is 3x squared minus 5x minus 1, and we want it to be less than y. So, well, actually less than 1. So most people, what they try to do is they try to factorize the left hand side, but in this case you can't actually factorize it if the number on the right hand side is 1. So ideally you want to make it to 0 first on the right hand side before you start factorizing a quadratic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the 1 to the left hand side, and when I do that it becomes minus 1. And now suddenly we've got this equation that's actually less than 0. So simplifying this equation, we've got 3x squared minus 5x minus 2 is less than 0. So the idea is that, like, with this quadratic, now you're going to have the x-axis somewhere like this. Alright, so where we know that above the x-axis the y values are positive, and below the x-axis the y values are negative. Alright, so what we're going to try and do is, using this quadratic, we're going to factorize it, and we're going to find these 2 points right there. Okay, so to factorize this, I've got 3 and negative 2. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So basically I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 6 and add up to negative 5. So my two numbers are going to be negative 6 and positive 1. Negative 6 plus 1 equals negative 5. So I'm going to split this quadratic up now as 3x squared minus 6x plus 1x minus 2, and that's less than 0. Alright, so I mean, if you don't know what I've done here, guys, I'd actually go back a few videos and try and see how to solve for quadratic where a value is greater than 1. But anyway, from here I know that I can actually factorize this, so it'll become 3x x minus 2 plus 1 times x minus 2. Now what I'm going to do is, instead of this being less than 0, I'm going to put a little break and I'm going to put this equal to 0. Okay, so when I factorize this, I'm going to get 3x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 2 is equal to 0. So from here I can see that 3x plus 1 equals to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. So in the first case x is equal to positive 2, and in the second case I've got 3x equals negative 1, and then x is equal to negative 1 over 3. Now see how you've got these two values here. Basically the negative 1 over 3 is going to be here, and the positive 2 is going to be here. Now I'm looking at particularly this part here. See, right here I'm looking for this quadratic when it's actually less than 0. So when it's less than 0 is I'm looking at it below the x-axis, so I'm basically looking at this zone here. Alright, and because I'm looking for this zone, I can actually write my values up. So I'll write it like this: negative 1/3, so it's between negative 1/3 and 2, and I just put it between x like that. So my final answer is going to be between I mean, basically what I just wrote there, between negative 1/3 and positive 2. 3x squared, so I can write a statement if you want. I can say between negative 1/3 and positive 2, 3x squared minus 5x minus 1 will be less than 0. Yeah, or something along that lines. Okay, that's basically it for this question, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, pop it in the comments below. Tune in later for another video, and yeah, keep tuning in for more videos. Thanks again for watching.